Today for lesson 2-2, what we're going to be focusing on is we are going to be solving for a variable in a one-step addition and subtraction equation by using substitution and proofs. So we're really going to be looking today at the balance icon and applying what we learned yesterday about properties of equality. So in your math book on page 96, I have an equation that I'm going to be looking to solve for. So I have n added to 7 is equal to 25. Well, you're probably able to use your number sense to tell me what n is equal to, which is great. But what I'm looking for today is I'm looking for you to be able to show me the proof of how you know that n equals whatever the value is when I add that to 17 to get to 25. So you're going to show me the steps that you take to solve for the variable by using substitution, and then you're going to give me your check by using the proof as well. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get the variable by itself. So I want to get n alone. In order to get n alone, I have to use an inverse operation. So I'm using addition. And so because I'm using addition, the inverse operation is going to be subtraction. But my property of equalities that I learned yesterday said that if I subtract a value from one side, in order to keep it balanced, I need to subtract the same value from the other side. And so the value that I have on the side with n, so the value that I have on this side of my equation is 7. So I'm going to subtract 7 from this side. And because I subtracted 7 from this side, I'm going to subtract 7 from this side. And that leaves me with n is equal to 18. So that's the steps that you need to show. That's the proof. That's your work. So I need to see the property of equality that you used here. I can clearly see right here that you used the subtraction property of equality because you subtracted both sides by 7. I want to see that step. The next thing that you're going to see is n equals 18. So you tell me what the value of the variable is. We're done, right? Solve the problem, great. But if you go back to what I said at the beginning of the lesson and you look at the learning target on the board, you need to solve the problems by using a proof. So a proof is checking your work to make sure that your equation is balanced. So I do that by substituting the variable with the original, or substitute the value of the variable. So we said that n is equal to 18. So in my proof, I'm going to do 18 added to 7 is equal to 25. Then I'm going to solve. 18 added to 7 equals 25. 25 on this side, nothing changed on this side, so it equals 25. So 25 equals 25. My equation is balanced. I know that my solution for n is the correct solution because I did my check right here. So this right here, what you see on my screen with this is what I expect to see. I expect to see the original equation. Here's your properties of equalities. Here's the value of the variable. Here's your proof. Yes, you need to draw the icon of proofs as well. It's to get you guys in that frame mind. Yes, you need to draw the balance equation as well. So that way it lets you know I did the check, just like we do with hands-on equations. This is letting me know, yep, both sides are balanced. Okay, so let's take a look at your next problem. So the next problem that we're going to take a look at is on page 97, where you have n subtract 19 is equal to 34. Okay, so this time I look at the operation that I'm doing. The operation that I'm doing is subtract 19. Okay, that's what I need to do to get n by itself. Well, if I subtract 19 from both sides, it doesn't go away. So I'm going to use the property of equality, and I'm going to use my inverse operation. So the opposite of subtraction is going to be addition. So I'm going to add 19 to this side. And when I add 19 to this side, over here, I need to do the same thing. I need to add 19. So again, this right here is my addition property of equality. This shows me the property of equality. Okay? So once I add n is 19 to both sides, n is going to equal. And what's nice about how I've set this up over here is I can just use this to go ahead and solve and see. So 4 out of 9 is going to be 13. I put down the 3, I regroup the 1. 1, 3, and 1 is going to be 53. Great. Problem solved. I can move on to the next one. But wait, I did not do my proof, so I need to do my proof to make sure that my answer is correct. So I go back and I substitute the value of n. So I'm going to set this one up a little bit different because it's a subtraction problem, and I want to make sure that I'm able to do my regroupings and whatnot. So I actually do the work. I don't just make sure that I say, yep, 53 is equal to 53. So I'm going to do 53, subtract 19, and then I'm going to put my equal over here, 34. And then I have room to do my work. So this becomes 13 subtract 9, which is going to be 4. And this became a 4. 4 subtract 1 is 3. 34 equals 34. So my equation is balanced. Okay, let's take a look at a couple more. So if I take a look over on number 3, I have 24 added to m equals 49. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look and see what operation I'm doing. Oh, I'm doing addition. So because I'm doing addition, I want to get the variable by itself. So I'm going to subtract 24 from this side. And then my property of equality say that if I'm subtracting 24 from this side of the equation, then I need to subtract 24 from the right side of the equation. And by doing that, I keep my equation balanced. So whenever we're solving for a variable in equations, in an algebraic equation, you need to keep your sides of the equation balanced. So when I subtract 24, these go away, they cancel each other out, and I'm left with m equals 49 subtract 24. So 9 subtract 4 is 5, 4 subtract 2 is 2, m equals 25. Great, I'm done. Oh, nope, I didn't do my proof. So I'm going to set up my proof. And when I set up my proof, I'm going to do 24 added to 25 equals 49. Okay, so I'm going to add 24 and 25. 4 and 5 make 9. 2 and 2 make 4. 49 equals 49. Notice, equation's balanced. Again, I'm actually not just saying 49 is equal to 49. I'm going through and I'm solving for this to make sure that my equation is balanced and that m really equals 25. If you don't do this proof and you get the value of the variable wrong, you're not going to know. You always need to go back and substitute the variable in to the original equation and do that. Or when we talk about hands-on equation, you just go back to your original physical setup and check. Okay? So the next one I have is t minus 40 equals 3. So again, the operation I'm doing is subtraction. So my inverse operation is going to be addition. So I'm going to add 40 to this side. And my properties of equality say that because I added 40 to the left side of the equation, I need to add 40 to the right side of the equation. So I'm going to add 40, and I'm left with t equals 43. So I go back, I do my proof. So I set up my icon, I do my proof, and I have 43, because it's a subtraction problem, I'm going to set it up a little bit different. 43 subtract 40, and that needs to equal 3. Well, 3 subtract 0 is 3. 4 subtract 4 is 0. 3 equals 3. My equation is balanced. Okay? So that right there is how you're going to solve for a variable in a one-step addition and subtraction problem by using substitutions. Your substitution is going to come when you do your proofs. You're going to substitute for the variable within your original physical setup to make sure that your equation is staying balanced. You're going to use your properties of equalities, which is addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, to make sure that you are doing what you do to one side, you're doing the other to keep it balanced. And then the last thing you're going to be looking at doing is your inverse operations. So if I'm adding, the opposite of adding is going to be subtracting. And if I'm subtracting, the opposite of subtracting is going to be adding. So we're looking at addition and subtraction today. So you need to go ahead and answer questions 1 and 2, 5 and 6 in your guided practice, and then do your independent practice, your math practices, and problem solving.